Now the next part to make is the tail. So to make the long part of the tail, you make a chain with the number of the stitches it says in the pattern. Obviously it's different between a large troll and a small troll. Okay, and you're using your 4mm hook for this because you don't want to make it too tightly. Alright, so you miss the first chain and then you slip stitch into the neck all the rest of the chain stitches. Alright, so hook through the bottom there, pull the yarn through and all the way through. Okay, once you've completed the row of slip stitches, then you chain one and you work a row of single crochet into the slip stitches. That's why you need to make sure you haven't worked it too tightly, or they'll be it's quite hard to work into slip stitches normally, so you need to make sure you haven't done them too tightly. Okay, so you just follow the pattern and do the number of single crochet that it says. And once you've come to the end of that row of single crochet, again you chain one, and what you're going to do is to link the two sides of this bit of crochet to make it more of a sort of rope shape. So ignoring the one chain that you've just done, put your hook into the, in this case because you're looking at it this way around, the left hand loop. If you were working into it in the normal way, it would be the back loop. Okay, so put your hook through there, and on the other side you see the back of the chain, and you'll find a series of loops along there. So you put your hook through there, put the yarn over, pull through everything, so you're basically doing a slip stitch to join the two edges. Alright, so into that loop, okay, the left hand one in this direction, through the loop next to it, yarn through and pull all the way through. Okay, so show you again, through that loop there, through the bottom loop, well, bottom as it would have been, furthest left in this case, yarn over and pull through. Alright, so you just keep working your way down until you get to the end. So you get to the end and you fasten off, and then you cut the yarn, leave yourself a bit because you're going to need to sew that onto the body, but you don't need too much for that. Alright, and this is what you're left with. So there's this, let's see if you can make sure it's in focus. So it looks slightly different as you go around, but it is mostly a more sort of rounded shape of sort of rope. Okay, so that's what you're going to partly use to make the tail. Now for the fuzzy part of the tail, hopefully I don't really need to show you that. You just follow the pattern instructions. You're working exactly the same as you did for to make the body. It's just a much smaller piece. Okay, and then you make that, and then I'll come back and I'll show you about sewing them together and sewing them onto the body.